Cutting, with deep roots in Western ranching tradition, is like no other equine event. It's simple, really. It's a horse and a cow, head-to-head, with a rider balanced in the middle of this centuries-old Western showdown. Blending superb horsemanship, outstanding competition, and dedication to the pride of the American West, the National Cutting Horse Association has been promoting the sport of cutting since 1946. Today, with headquarters in Fort Worth, Texas, the NCHA has over 20,000 hooked-on cutting enthusiasts, spanning the globe ages 5 to 85, from local competitions to world championship events. These cutters have discovered the magic of cutting. The National Cutting Horse Association approves over 2,200 cutting events annually. NCHA members compete in various classes and categories of competition each weekend throughout the year. These weekend shows offer 12 divisions to accommodate riders of all skill levels and abilities. It's not uncommon for an entire family to travel and compete together during the weekend shows. Combined, these championship shows offer over $43 million in prize money. These shows are premier events in the horse industry, drawing international media attention. The National Cutting Horse Association, along with Mercuria Energy, sponsor a series of events entitled the World Series of Cutting throughout the United States and Canada. Mercuria Global Energy Solutions plays a dynamic, diversified, and growing role in the global energy market. Mercuria Energy is an international group of companies active over a wide spectrum of global energy markets, including crude oil and refined petroleum products, natural gas, power, coal, biodiesel, vegetable oils, and carbon emissions. Mercuria Energy Group is one of the world's 5 largest independent energy traders, with offices in 22 countries. Energy, performance, dependability. These are ingredients of a world champion cutting horse. At Mercuria Global Energy Solutions, they're our stock in trade too. Are you ready for the challenge? Young or old, experienced or not, climb aboard a cutting horse and discover the magic of cutting. It's a great ride.
The National Cutting Horse Association, along with Mercuria Energy, has teamed up for a 4th consecutive year to produce a series of events for open and non-pro cutters called the World Series of Cutting. The World Series of Cutting events take place throughout the United States, Canada, and Europe, offering a total of $50,000 in added money at each series event. The Mercuria NCHA World Series of Cutting has become a highlight of the annual cutting horse competition year, attracting highly competitive horses and riders to the event in their quest for the NCHA World Champion and Horse of the Year honors.
Finals. Mock has won limited open championships in 3 major aged events. That actually kind of opened his association with the showing world in the reining and working cow horse division, and now he's hooked on cutting, as they say. So as we mentioned, he comes from the reining and working ranch horse division. So actually, he enters this particular division as the newest money winner, or the least, if you might say, at the moment. Probably to put it exactly as it is. But the way he's been working, it will not remain that way very long. We are in the open finals. Yeah, we got a good finish going on here. Immediately following Ken's competition, we will be verifying scores, but we will go immediately into the presentation and naming of our winners in the pro finals. So if you have been waiting for that, you will not have to wait any longer. Going to take this to the limit for him, and it just did. It just did. We'll ask the open riders to make ready, if you will, please. When we clear the cattle, we would ask you to allow us to offer the same introduction that we did to our non-pros. We'd like to do that for our audience. There was a good challenge. I mean, they're looking each other right in the eye, aren't they? She wanted on. Boy, that was eye to eye. Wouldn't you like to read the mind of that horse right about then? Yep. See, there was no challenge at that point because the cow was dead still. By the way, Crystal is self-employed, raises and sells and breeds cutting horses. She has ample time. She already knows this. If she does not like this cow, she may get rid of it, try to finish with yet another. And that's exactly what she elected to do. Just exactly what she elected to do.
Cutting is a unique and exciting equine sport enjoyed by thousands of competitors across the globe, from North and South America to Australia and Europe. Cutting is a judged event in which a rider and their horse have 2.5 minutes to ride into a herd of cattle, sort out and isolate an individual cow, and display a horse's cutting skill by defensively maneuvering between the cow and the herd as the cow tries to run past the horse to get back to the herd. Watching cutting is similar to watching football, in which the herd of cattle is the end zone, the cow that is sorted from the herd is the offensive running back, and the horse is playing defense by not allowing the cow to return back to the herd. Like a running back, the cow ducks and dives to run past the horse, but the cutting horse uses its extreme athleticism to maneuver defensively, keeping the cow separated from the herd. Once the rider sorts off, works the cow, and displays the horse's cutting ability, then the rider will quit the cow and let it return to the herd and will pick a different cow to sort and cut. Within the 2.5-minute time limit, the rider will sort and cut at least 2 different cattle. Once the time limit is up, the judges score the horse based on its performance, and the highest score wins the class.
And there were a lot of good horses and riders that didn't make the finals, so to qualify 2 is extraordinary. There we go, another good first cut. Stops in the middle of the pen. That's what you want to see, that total control of a cow and being able to work it and stop at the middle of the pen where that cow just gives up. And now the herd is getting pretty picked through, so he's making quick cuts, but the cows are going down that are still fresh, that are optimum to have a good work. Go ahead, Jeremy. Got a lot of time. He wants to work. He wants to have a lot of working time. That's an credit box on our score sheet. He's got a little time now. He's going to locate that one cow that he wants to finish his run up with.
There is that deep cut we were talking about
yes,
a little earlier. That's a real touchy part of this performance.
It's a touchy situation. You're exposing yourself to a lot of risk, but it gets paid in dividends if it works out. Good job, Jeremy. Tough cow here, everybody. Help him out.
Oh, yeah.
15 seconds.
Judges look at a variety of aspects in the run to determine a score, but a few of the main things you want to look for to score high is cutting clean and working the cow in the middle of the arena. Cutting clean means quietly riding into the herd and separating an individual cow with a minimal amount of disturbance with the rest of the herd. Also, keeping the cow in the center of the arena rather than running from wall to wall adds points to the score. When a horse can keep the cow in the middle of the arena, it displays it is in control and the horse is working the cow rather than the cow working the horse. The ultimate goal is for the horse and cow's movements to be a mirror reflection of each other. When the cow moves, the horse moves. There are a number of penalties that lead to a lower score, but one major penalty is called a hot quit. A rider is allowed to quit a cow and let it return to the herd, but in order to avoid being penalized for a hot quit, the rider must wait until the cow stops moving its feet or turns away from the horse before the rider picks up the reins and quits the cow. Another major penalty is allowing the cow to run past the horse back to the herd before officially quitting the cow. If the horse loses control of the cow and allows it to return back to the herd before quitting, a major penalty will be added to the score.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing a man to the arena right now that has won about $7.6 million in the cutting pen. He is riding one of the immortal mares in this business. This is Don't Look Twice. Don't Look Twice. The horse has won $686,000 in the cutting pen, and we are going to show you why right here and right now. If you want to go crazy for one of the great mares, she is going to go down in history, and she's not even close to the end of her career. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, it's Don't Look Twice, and the #1 man in the sport of cutting, Mr. Phil Rapp. And you're going to see the duo right here, and this is why. Look at this, precision instrumentation right here. This is it. So precise, it looks easy. She is outstanding, ears forward. Yeah, how about it right there for cut #1? Make it look so easy. She is that talented. What do we think about it right here? Come on, everybody, here it is. Phil Rapp and Don't Look Twice. It's awesome. It is awesome in the cutting pen at Napa, Idaho here tonight. Look at it. Look at it. You wonder why she set a world record last year. You're going to see it. This is why, because she makes it look so dang nice. Let's go get us one more. Look at him smiling after 2. This right here is like going to the Olympics and seeing a world record posted. That is what it's like. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Wolf is over here taking pictures, and if you want to go get a photo of this horse in action, I guarantee one thing about the great ones, they don't live forever, but those photos do. And you want to get one of this horse and this man right here. Because after tonight, you're going to want to put it on your wall and see it with that big old signature of Phil Rapp and Don't Look Twice. Look at this, 10 seconds left. Come on, everybody. Come on. Even if you don't know what you're looking at, you've got to love this right here. This is Phil Rapp and Don't Look Twice. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the greats of the business right here. There it is for Phil Rapp. There's your time, Phil. Now I went off, you just couldn't hear. We were busy screaming about you and your horse. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your #1 man. He's always got a smile on his face.
While it may seem like just riding around and looking at the cows, settling cattle is a very important part of the cutting horse competition and serves 2 purposes. First, it allows the cattle to settle down and get acclimated to their unfamiliar surroundings. Second, it allows cutters the opportunity to watch how the cattle react to these new surroundings so they can see which cows they would like to pick for their run.
Now this lady right here, check this out. Girl, she has won $3.2 million riding cutting horses. $3.2 million. She's riding another one of the great horses right here. Come on, look at this kid right here. Unreal now that racing acting resources right here, the ability to get around like that, finally tuning athletic machines right here. Come on now, when you get up in here, come on, put it over right here. Yeah. Look at this big man right there in the middle. Yeah. distance. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Here we go. Come on. Take your hand. Take your hand on the hand. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
The sport of cutting has deep roots in Western ranching traditions where good horses were a necessity for everyday ranch work and cattle handling. Back then, as it is now, the cutting horse was an instrumental part of everyday operations and a treasured commodity. Specializing in their ability to separate or cut one cow from a herd of others for branding, doctoring, weaning, or shipping, the cutting horse has long been a source of pride on the range. From the early days of trail drives to modern-day cattle operations, the cutting horse has remained a ranching tradition, a living, working legend of the West, and it is one heck of a ride. An essential piece of our American culture, this Western spirit is alive and well in the National Cutting Horse Association. Blending superb horsemanship, outstanding competition, and dedication to the pride of the American West, the NCHA has been promoting the sport of cutting since 1946. Members compete in various classes and categories of competition each weekend throughout the year. It's not uncommon for an entire family to travel and compete together during these weekend shows. Now, in addition to these weekend shows, the National Cutting Horse Association also produces 6 large cutting events. These championship events are premier events in the horse industry, drawing international media attention. The NCHA's 3 highest honors, the championship titles for the Open and Non-Pro World Champions and the Futurity Open in the 2000-point year, were all awarded to female competitors with cumulative lifetime earnings in excess of $6 million. The drama of a 2.5-minute run for a world title in front of a sold-out historic Will Rogers Arena is a thrill for spectators and competitors of all ages.